The decision to file for divorce and end a marriage is rarely made on a whim. It usually comes after months or years of frustration, resentment, or dissatisfaction. Even when the thought of divorce appears suddenly, such as after discovering infidelity or some other betrayal, much time may elapse until the moment that the divorce petition is filed and the process begins in earnest. The period between decision to divorce and filing a divorce, no matter how long or short, is time you should spend wisely and thoughtfully. Consider how your marriage started. You probably spent a lot of time planning your wedding before you actually exchanged vows. The same process should apply when your marriage comes to an end. By taking the right steps before divorce proceedings formally begin, you can minimize disruptions to your life, protect yourself and your finances from any potential sabotage or manipulation by your spouse, and put yourself in the best possible position during and after your divorce. Here are 4 things you should consider before filing for divorce. You should establish separate accounts. It's likely that both you and your soon-to-be former spouse have your names on several accounts that you both use every day. This includes bank accounts, credit cards, cell phones, internet accounts, and countless other services that are part of your daily life. For privacy and to avoid leaving yourself at your spouse's mercy, set up accounts for these items in your own name. Do not empty accounts or make major changes to the joint accounts without an agreement from your spouse. For now, merely set up individual accounts in your own name. Find or agree on temporary living arrangements. Deciding who gets to keep and stay in the home that you and your spouse share can be one of the more contentious and most impactful issues in a divorce. Whatever the permanent outcome, you likely do not want to live in the same home as your spouse while your divorce proceeds. One of you will need to arrange to live somewhere else. Even if you plan to stay in your home and expect your spouse to move out, you should have a plan for living somewhere for a short term, even if it is with a close friend or relative. Having a safe place to go is especially important if you have concerns that your spouse could engage in acts of domestic violence, child abuse, or harassment. Finally, you should gather important financial documents and information. You and your divorce attorney will want to create as complete a financial picture of your marriage as possible before you begin the divorce process. To that end, prepare an inventory of all your personal property as well as that of your spouse. When you create an inventory, it may be helpful to do a video walkthrough of your home and property to document personal property items and their condition. Drafting a written list is also helpful. You should locate and make copies of important financial documents and information that you can ultimately provide to your divorce lawyer. This can be more difficult if your spouse took care of the family finances, but it is necessary and it is helpful in the long run. Focus on gathering things like 3 years of your tax returns. If you filed separately, both parties' tax returns should be located if possible. Checking and saving account statements. At minimum, you need to know where each party has accounts. Investment and retirement accounts and pension statements. This will include IRAs, 401ks, 503bs, etc. Any other employee benefit documentations should also be located. An inventory of any safe box deposits. And credit card statements and credit card reports. Pay stubs or other documents reflecting each spouse's income, such as W-2s or 1099s. Your monthly expenses. Mortgage or home equity loan statements. Copies of business records for any businesses owned by you or your spouse. List each spouse's personal assets. This can include items such as art, antiques, jewelry, furniture, vehicles, and cash. Information for all real property owned by you or your spouse, either separately or jointly with other people. Each spouse's debts and liabilities, life, health, and disability insurance policies for you or your spouse. The more information you can provide your attorney, the better. And then a final step would be to assemble your dream team. Divorce is not a process that you need to go through alone, and nor should you. Now is the time to ensure you have a solid support system to help you through the practical, logistical, and emotional challenges you will face. Find support. Lean on family and friends. Avail yourself of professional therapy or clergy for support, and find support groups to share your feelings and experiences with others facing the same challenges and issues. Of course, your team and your planning is not complete until you have found and retained an experienced, compassionate, and effective divorce attorney. Your divorce attorney will be there to guide you through every step of the process and help you turn the page to the next chapter of your life. For more information on your specific case, contact Kreis Enderle to schedule a consultation today.